for him to be going forward with, a lot of internal ones in addition to the work that we're going to be doing with broadband. I have several meetings this week on a number of technology issues that I think Justin will be a critical player. And I think, as your board remembers, we did not fund the technology position in GSA because we were not able to find a candidate for that. So we will be also working in that area, supporting the GSA organization. The other item that I think all of you would be interested in is that we've had a long-standing goal working with our Employee Assistance Program and Wellness Program with our Public Health and Human Service Agency to work closer with Human Resources. We did have a key position that became vacant due to a promotion within the agency, and so at this point we're moving forward with some internal adjustments. As of yesterday, we have engaged a person that you're all very familiar with. We're rolling her out in a new role, and that's Anna Mahoney, and she's going to be temporarily filling the role of the benefits manager, overseeing these two programs, working with Human Resources on a part-time basis to assist in evaluating our EAP and wellness programs and help HR with managing the county's benefit programs. We also intend that Anna will be looking into the crossover back and forth between the retiree issues and how our health programs are being utilized and how can we be more effective in this area. So that is an internal change that's being made. The agency supports that concept. We will roll out a notice to all of our employees in the next few days, but we think that Anna is the right person for the job, and with her extensive background, knowing both the agency and her involvement in retiree health will be a benefit to all of us. So we're making that change as of yesterday. Wanted you also to know about that. And then a final item, that we are being challenged with the undergrounding in the Wawala area. You'll hear more about this on October 7th as the board goes and makes that transfer. But I just wanted to briefly share with you some background research I've had our office doing. And apparently at one point in time, a number of years ago, there was an underground utility steering committee that was evaluating projects, and that was composed of apparently of the CEO's office and Department of Transportation and County Council. We will be reactivating that group again based on work that needs to be done in the Rule 20A program. And this is another area where I feel very strongly that it's about economic development. And I want to quote some numbers to you. At the present time, our account balance, and this is the money that stays within PG&E to be used for Rule 20A projects, our current balance in that fund is $8,104,000, of which we've allocated by resolution approximately $1,700,000 for the Wawala project. We may need a little more because of the complications, but at this time there is $6.4 million sitting in that account, and we have no plans that we're currently engaged on to move forward with other projects. So I will be reconvening that group. We'll be meeting with board members and then bringing that back to you as a future board agenda item, talking about the projects that were previously on that list and what projects we think we can go forward with and be successful. For instance, there are some areas, because of the complications with these projects, and talking to Howard Dashiell, our DOT director, I think there's some areas where we can move rapidly forward and make a difference. Because some of these areas, the undergrounding would take place in the counties right away. Those are perfect projects to go forward with. With the change in legislation over the last few years, I believe the amount is about $1,700 that is now allocated to make the conversion for each customer, where in the past the customer had to pay for those. So again, this is an area that we're pursuing with economic development. If we start today, based on my normal experience working with these projects, and by the time you do your public hearing notices, you go through, notify property owners, by the time you finally turn earth, it will take 3 years at a minimum to get this forward. So in my mind, it's critically important that we start the process now, because this account is actually growing, and it looks like to the tune of at least $623,000 per year. So we do need to be more aggressive in how do we utilize these funds. I do have a list of projects that I'll be sharing with you that previously the board talked about. And again, we'll prepare an agenda item to get input from each of you for your supervisorial districts, what you'd like us to do with that. So I wanted you to know there is money out there. We just need to engage and go after that money more aggressively. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Supervisor Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to make sure that on that list, Mr. Mitchell, that you said would, I guess, be resurrected, that we not forget the preliminary discussions that have taken place with respect to the southern portion of Fort Bragg as being a possible undergrounding project that would be considered and what scenarios would develop. I think it's too soon to know, but
Yeah,
that could be considered as part of the list.
That's absolutely on our list, and there's some other projects I'm not familiar with in each of your areas because they're generically named, and that's why we'll be meeting with each of you to get the historical perspective of that. But I think we certainly don't want to send the message in any way that our number one project is